opinion, I would say the classes that we teach at Renaissance are really important because it gives kids a different perspective about how they relate to the natural world. Permaculture really emphasizes like diversity and that we as people are a part of nature. We are like a part of it and there's like a symbiotic relationship kind of. So I think it shows kids that they can have a positive impact on the planet and have a positive impact on each other and that, like we're all in this together. I think that this class would have been so important to my high school experience because it would have given me the tools to see how I and other people could relate to the natural world, but also show me that there are solutions out there and there are people doing amazing work that are trying to mitigate climate change or just teach people about, community and diversity, and that those things are really important when it comes to like mitigating climate change. I think that we're taught a lot about like doom and gloom in school, and also we're taught that like everything is kind of set, like nothing can change, like it is what it is in a way. So it would have shown me that, things do move and change and shift, and it's not just like whatever kind of disaster scenario that we're taught. What came to my mind was that I think what's really important about permaculture and having this type of course in schools is that who's teaching you really impacts like how you absorb the information. Like that person's biases or approach to whatever subject really impacts how you're gonna take it or how you're gonna learn about it. So like going in throughout high school, like being in environmental science or like climate related courses, I just remember like my teachers were so doom and gloom. So that means like I'm gonna be so doom and gloom and like filled with climate grief and climate anxiety and thinking that I'm like this whole climate change thing is like on my shoulders, and like I have to change my whole life so that we can make the planet better. But like what permaculture emphasizes is that we're all connected, we all have to do our part, and like you might not be able to do your part all the time, but like there is something to educating people and there is something to, reaching out, and not just, it's not just about like literal action, it's about like your mind and taking care of yourself and also taking care of your community and teaching people those things because, we can't help fix climate change, whatever that even means. We can't like make our world better basically without taking care of ourselves and nurturing our own communities and people around us. So I think it would have just given me that perspective at a really young age and helped me approach, approach school differently, approach my relationships differently, and approach even like science differently. I think it's very valuable to have a more interdisciplinary focus way of thinking about science, because especially in a subject like climate change, which isn't just about the literal climate, it's about people as well. So having people thinking about permaculture or history or culture within that is really valuable because it just helps them better think about their communities, their place in the world, and things like that. So project-based learning is really valuable. It's something that's helped me kind of figure out what I like. It's helped me figure out, what I like to learn about, because it gives kids in this classroom the opportunity to experience something hands-on. They really get to get their hands dirty. They really get to think about it. And I think it really helps kids relate to the material more. It helps them relate and also kind of like internalize it better, because they can see themselves like a part of the subject or like within whatever they're learning about. And also I think it just exposes kids to like new perspectives, even new people in the permaculture space. So yeah. So I think that because of the way that we're teaching permaculture, like you said, like very project based, I think that it's like like a lower barrier of entry, kind of like it's easier for the kids to absorb the material because it's not as technical. Like the way that we teach science is so technical, and sometimes I honestly think it's like to make people feel like it's so inaccessible. Like it's not as hard to get like science or math or whatever. And like the way that we talk about it is like, oh, it's like this such like it's like this really hard thing, and like you might not even get it. Like you have to be good at math to like math or whatever. And like it's not exactly true. It feels like it's just a way to like weed people out, which I really don't like. So I think permaculture, because it's inherently like emphasizes diversity, I think it gives the kids a chance to like see themselves within the work. It teaches them maybe a little bit more technical subjects, but it's way more approachable. It's not, yeah, it's way more approachable and it's way more personalized, I think. Um, and especially like I said, because it emphasizes like them a part of the system, they can see themselves within it and see that it's not as like crazy, and especially like crazy technical, and that yeah,